Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Copilot and Loop learning session, where we'll dive in and showcase some amazing AI features in Microsoft's Loop. I'm Jenna, a product manager working on Loop, and I'm joined today by my teammate, Obi.
Thanks for the intro, Jenna. We're super excited to be here and share with you all how to boost your productivity and save time with AI.
To dive right in, Microsoft's Loop is an AI-powered canvas for seamless collaboration. It's designed to bring everything and everyone together in one place, enhanced by built-in intelligence. Working in Loop is a connected experience where content, context, and people come together so that teams can keep projects moving forward. What this means is that when you're collaborating in your day-to-day workflows, you don't need to switch tabs or applications to use generative AI. We have it built in right into your canvas where you can think, plan, and create with others. What's powerful about using Copilot in Loop is that it truly supports early brainstorming and collaborating with your team. And the AI features that we've built into it are multiplayer first. Multiple people can work together to create with Copilot, edit generated text, and learn about who wrote what, so that you can always be in the driver's seat of your collective work. Today, we'll talk specifically about how Copilot and Loop helps you make the most of your meetings, turn your projects into progress, and stay in sync and on track. So, Obi, do you want to show us how some of this happens in action?
Let's dive into how Copilot helps you make the most of your meetings. Imagine you're kicking off a project with some team members. In this scenario, the team is preparing for a fall sneaker drop. You can co-create agendas before your meeting with collaborative meeting notes to ensure everyone's voice is heard and important topics are covered. Collaborative meeting notes are Loop components that you could share across apps like Outlook and Teams, and they stay up to date wherever they're shared. As the meeting progresses, everyone can continue checking off agenda items, adding their own notes, and capturing follow-up tasks. You can even mention your team members so next steps are clear. If you need to brainstorm, pop open Whiteboard to get those ideas flowing. During this session, the team is brainstorming ideas for the sneaker drop launch party. Copilot and Whiteboard can help categorize ideas and summarize the results of your brainstorming session into a Loop component that you can add right to the collaborative meeting notes and share across apps. And if you ever want to refer to those notes from other meetings, you can simply open them right in the Loop app and add them to your workspace.
Now let's see how Copilot can help you turn your project into progress. At the end of the meeting, there's an intelligent suggestion to the meeting organizer to set up a Loop workspace. This helps make sure that all the content shared during the meeting is organized in one place for your team to start collaborating once the meeting is over. What's cool here is that the name of the meeting and all the meeting attendees are auto-populated when creating the workspace, and then you can choose to add or remove shared files that were shared in the meeting chat. For more in-the-flow customization for getting your workspace up and running, you can type in keywords, in this case about marketing a sneaker drop, and then AI will surface a gallery of content suggestions for your new workspace based on what you're hoping to achieve with your team. I can pop in the files relevant to my project and then jumpstart my flow in a workspace rather than starting from scratch.
Copilot not only helps you build out workspaces, but full pages of content based on your needs. Let's look at how to do that on a new Loop page. On a new Loop page, you can type a direct prompt to Copilot to build out a full, well-structured page with a title, headings, sections, lists, and relevant content. For example, you can ask Copilot to create a project plan for a sneaker drop. You can also reuse past Loop pages or templates to build on content you've worked on before and modify the content to be about something else. Let's use the template option. You can use a page you saved as a template or select one from the template gallery. So now there's so many amazing templates here. Let's go with the elevator pitch template. So now we can enter the prompt, change the content to be about a new sneaker drop. Now you can see how structured the page is and how easy it was to accomplish this. Now your team can spend less time generating and structuring the page and more time collaborating.
While we're at it, here's how Copilot works on an existing page. You can bring up a new Copilot block using the / key or with this Copilot icon on the right. create some new content by choosing from our many examples, or by telling Copilot what you want to do, like drafting an abstract about the significance of sneakers in the global economy. Then I can highlight this existing text and then rework it using Copilot directly. So I can take this here and then make the tone appeal to our younger customers. In this way, you can start with content created by AI that you and your teammates can continue to edit and refine. So really leveraging Copilot and Loop to get started with things like brainstorming, suggesting a new approach, changing tone, all the way to helping describe complicated topics or even explain code if I were to ask Copilot to explain some front-end code for me here. Now, let's say I want to brainstorm a list of ideas that we should consider for future sneaker drops. Obi, with this as a starting point, do you want to try editing this text?
Yeah, sure. I could create a table with this list. So let me ask Copilot to turn this into a table and add a voting column.
Sweet. And then if I go into the edit history here, I can see exactly how Obi got there. And then by observing how my teammates use Copilot, I can really pick up some tips and tricks and up-level the way that I use AI in my workflow as well. And if I ever need a reminder on who did what or when something happened, I can click any content to see attribution. That'll keep me informed and even lets me know what content was Copilot generated. So there's some pretty cool stuff that I can do with Copilot here on Loop content too. It's not just great for creating new text, but also can help me structure my Loop page and edit what's in my Loop components. For example, I can also ask Copilot to manipulate the table that Obi just created in any which way, like switching these first two rows or adding a column for fun emojis. You can also turn this content into its own Loop component to share and collaborate directly with your teammates in the places where they're already working, like in Teams or in Outlook.
Copilot can also make it easier for you and your teammates to move forward in your work by asking questions about your Loop page. For instance, you can ask Copilot, what decisions were made on this page, or are there any open questions on this page? But let's ask Copilot, what are some suggested next steps based on this page? Amazing. So now you can create the content you need and make big progress on your projects.
While working on your team projects, let's see how Copilot can help you and your teammates stay on track and up to date. Successful projects often include many people and many moving parts, so keeping everyone in sync can seem like a Herculean task, especially if you're newly joining a project or acting as the project lead or just need to stay on top of a bunch of projects across the board. After you jump into a Loop workspace, you can generate a Workspace Status to quickly get up to speed. Loop helps you understand what's been happening and what work is left to do so that you can feel confident about moving a project forward.
If you need to quickly get up to speed on a page or create a TLDR for teammates, you can create a page summary by typing / and selecting Summarize Page.
And once you've made some changes to your page, you can let your teammates know what's happened by asking Copilot to create a recap for you. Just click to summarize the changes you made on a page, and then feel free to edit and mention others so that they can pick up right where you left off. No need to switch tabs or apps. It's all right within your Loop workspace.
What started as a kickoff meeting for a sneaker drop, the team was able to take their project to the next level with Copilot at every stage. With collaborative meeting notes, they've co-created agendas, brainstormed using Whiteboard, and built structured pages and project plans from AI. Plus, Copilot capabilities like summaries, recaps, and Workspace Status keep the team in sync and focused as they plan towards a launch party for their newest sneaker drop.
And with that, we've come to the end of this learning session. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We hope you've learned a lot about Copilot and Loop and are ready to supercharge the way that you work with your team. Check out the links below to learn more about Loop and to see more content from the product team. And stay connected with us on LinkedIn and X for more resources and updates. Bye!